Hey guys, welcome to Bridges to Better Living. Here I am, Dorothy Bridges, here for another video. And tonight I decided I'd just go live instead of recording it to YouTube. So hope you'll jump on here and join me. Tonight I'm going to be doing part 3 of Getting Financially Fit, which is dumping debt. And guess what? I have somebody here who's going to be with me. Who are you?
Hello.
Hi, it's John. John's here.
Uh-oh.
And
Now
the
the dogs are all
going
excited.
crazy. They're all excited. And what is today?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, all right.
Yes.
We'll
Here's
drink
to
to
Cinco
that.
de Mayo. And and we will drink to the debt snowball.
That
Jumping
snowball,
debt.
yes,
All right.
dumping debt. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Been a while since we did it, but hey, it's good.
Yes, because we live debt free now. But anyway, just wanted to share about the debt snowball, and that is baby step number 2 in Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps of becoming financially free. And that is really key. Your income is your biggest wealth building tool. And if all of that is going out the door, then you are strapping yourself, and you are not building your wealth the best way that you know how or could be. So
Yeah, exactly.
So dumping that debt is really key. And we all buy into a lot of myths. I know for us, we just thought we had to have debt. We thought that everybody had debt, so it was the normal thing to do.
We had lived for 20 years of marriage. We started off in debt, and we were
did.
still in debt for 20 years.
We did.
We said, you're always going to have a house payment of some kind, either rent or mortgage. You're always going to have a car payment.
Right.
There's credit cards are just always going to be there, and as long as you manage them and all that good stuff, it's going to be fine. But we found out differently.
Yeah, we dug ourselves into a big hole. And so anyway, when we went through Financial Peace University, we figured out why we were living paycheck to paycheck.
Because that was the first time we'd sat down and actually written out
put it
that
on
both of us
paper.
looked at,
yes.
And it was $90,000.
It was eye-opening.
It was big.
It was eye-opening. So anyway, hey Heather, hey Christy, so glad you joined us.
Hello.
And we're thrilled to have you guys here. But anyway, so we, that was 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
And it really opened our eyes. And when we put those numbers on paper, it became real. And so often I run into people who say, well, I have no idea how much debt I owe or have. But, then they, sometimes they're afraid to even look. So, that fear, the fear of the unknown. But you just have to grasp it and go for it, because making it that reality, then you can deal with it. You can't deal with fear. So, so first step, I would definitely tell you, sit down. If you, feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck and you've got debt, then
write it all out.
Make a list. Make a list of all your debts and what
list
are your
them
debts.
smallest to largest.
Yes.
Anything you owe.
Anything you owe to someone else for a product or a service. So it could
credit
be
card debt. It could be car loans. The biggie out there these days that we're seeing a whole lot in financial peace classes. Student loans. Oh my gosh, they are huge, and they are a huge problem.
And unfortunately,
you just got to deal with it.
Yeah,
because they're not bankruptable. They're not. You're gonna have to pay them off at some point in time. So you might as well get in there and knock it out and get it done and get it out of your life.
Right.
That's exactly right.
So anyway, so the student loans is a huge one. Of course, consolidation loans, store credit cards. Loans to mom and dad, to friends. Those hurt. Those really hurt. Because what happens there is those change the relationship. You're no longer a parent and a son and a daughter. You are now a master and a lender. You have changed that relationship. So those are really can really damage a relationship. So we want to get those out of our life.
Yeah.
So
what do we do?
What do we do?
Debt snowball. First thing is list all the debts, smallest to largest. You don't worry about the interest rate, because the interest rate, you're not looking at math, you're looking at behavior.
Right.
And that's what's going to change the behavior. You list them smallest to largest, And then when you do your budget, you pay everything towards that smallest one that you can. You just pay minimums on everything.
Pay minimum on all the others except for the smallest one.
And then just attack that smallest one with everything you've got. You squeeze every dime out of that budget that you can squeeze out of it. And it all goes towards that smallest debt. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to pay that one off pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
And you know what happens there?
Woo!
You actually got a victory.
You do a happy dance.
And
yeah.
then next, you roll it to the next one. What you were paying on that one, you just roll it to the next one. So you're adding. So it's
accumulating.
Snow,
It's accumulating
snowball,
momentum. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's where the snowball comes into play. It's just like if you're on a diet. What do you do that first week? If you're on a diet and you lose weight, you're excited, right? Because you see, okay, this can work. I can do this. So it keeps you going. It keeps you going. So, but if you stick with the diet maybe for 6 weeks or you're playing around with the diet, that's what I usually say, you're playing around with it, and you don't see any progress, what do? You quit.
You give
because
up.
You're like, this doesn't work.
And this is not like a diet, because a diet is just a temporary thing that you give up on. It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And for us, the finances was a lifestyle change, just like Beachbody's been a lifestyle change for us. So, hey, it's worked out, the health and fitness along with the finances. So, but when you start with the smallest and work your way up, it's great, because then you get some victories, and then you move right along through the snowball.
Right.
I think when we started this, we had about 9 or 10 credit cards. We had consolidation loan. We had a car payment. We had it all. And what we did is list them smallest to largest, just like that. And you want to focus on that. You don't want to be putting into retirement. You don't want to be putting into savings. You don't want to be putting in anything else. You want to focus on this. That's one reason Dave talks about the baby steps and focusing on those.
Focus intensity.
Now,
yes.
When we did it, when we first figured it out, you know what? We said, no, we're going to do it our way. And we kept putting into our retirement while we started the debt snowball. And we soon learned, that was getting a little frustrating because we weren't making as much progress as we wanted to. So we kind of refigured doing it Dave's way and saying, okay, let's get this, focus everything on that. And we did. And it cut down the amount of time it took us to pay off that.
Yeah. Well, and what I want you to do, think about this too. If you sit down and you list all of your debts and you add them up, look at that total amount. And that amount is going out the door
to somebody
to
else.
someone else. And that amount of money could be coming to you. It could be yours for you to be controlling and putting into investments for you. And that's probably what made me sick more than anything when we started this, is when we listed all of our debts, and then we did not include a mortgage. So you do not include your mortgage in the debt snowball. That's totally separate, and Dave does not ping you on that. So anyway, when we listed our debts, our monthly outflow just on the debts was $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
$3,000 a month.
That
could have been in our pocket.
Pockets.
We could have been, investing in our future with that instead of investing in someone else's future for them. Yeah. And that made me sick. It truly made me sick, because we had been doing that for years and years. And so, and it just made me think, if we had not been doing that, I asked the question, where would we have been? So let me ask you, what would you do if you had no debt?
No payments.
No payments. Dream. Comment below. I would love to see what you guys are dreaming of. Yeah. So share with us, what would you do if you had no debt? We ask this of our FPU classes all the time, and they usually just sit there and just look at me with a blank look. And it finally dawned on me a few years ago, the reason I believe that is because they have quit dreaming, because they are so much in debt, just like we were, that to dream for something, that they could achieve and could have, it was beyond the scope, that they just could not do that.
They couldn't grasp that.
Couldn't grasp it.
And before we took FPU, if you had ever told me we would ever be out of debt in our lifetime, I would have just laughed, because it was just not going to be possible.
Right.
There was no way it was going to happen.
So,
but then when we saw it, it's like, ooh, light turned on. And then we got motivated. And that's what you got to do is get motivated.
Yeah. And so that debt snowball gives you little motivation, and hey, travel and donate. Christy, I love it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is what is on our heart right now, too. We want to travel, and we're going to get ready to do that. And we're going to be sharing more about that with you in the coming months. We're super, super excited. And I'm going to tell you right now, it would have never, ever happened if it had not been for this and for following Dave Ramsey's principles and getting ourselves out of debt and getting ourselves on a plan and started dreaming. And anyway, we're thrilled to be here. So,
Debt Snowball.
Debt Snowball. If you have any questions about it, just put them down in the comments below. I would love to answer those for you.
Or private messages, either one.
Private message me, either one. I'm going to put this out here on my Facebook. I'm working on a website, and I'm going to be launching that pretty soon. And so I'll be blogging, and so I'll be putting all this out there on that as well. And have it on YouTube. So feel free to share this. We'd love to be able to touch as many people as we can and help as many people as we can. So anyway, just thank you for tuning in. And
all right. See ya.
Hey,
happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, Sharon. Hey.